What is up, Hoof listeners? It's me, Anthony Romeo from the Hoof Podcast, here to give you my pick six for week 11 of the 2023 NFL season. I say it every week, but it is flying by quickly. And we did not have a good week last week. The worst week of the season so far, 2-4. That was pretty rough to see. A couple of close ones in there, but heartbreakers are still losses when it comes to betting, unfortunately. But that means we're in for a rebound, ladies and gentlemen, this week. And let me get into the 6 teams that I like this week. And starting with at number 6, the Green Bay Packers +3 playing at home versus the Chargers. I think Green Bay has had better momentum since Aaron Rodgers has come back. And the Chargers are at the point where they're almost ready to fire their head coach. Seems like an inevitable consequence at this point. So give me Green Bay +3 at home versus the Chargers. My number 5 pick of the week, it's my Houston Texans, ladies and gentlemen. You know I've been making money on them all season long. I said it months ago. I love this team. Now they're going to be a playoff team, which is even beyond my expectation. They're playing the Cardinals at home. The Texans should win this one by 7 points or more in my mind. Cardinals still have an inferior team, although Kyler Murray gave them a little bit of a spark. This offense of the Texans is legit. So look for them to score and be plenty of productive against that vulnerable Cardinals defense. So I like the Houston -4.5 there is the line. So give me the Texans. At number 4, I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs -2.5 versus the Eagles. I know everybody thinks this game is going to be tight, but Kansas City coming off the bye, I think they're going to be ready for this Eagles team. I think they just match up well with what the Eagles want to do. I hope I'm wrong with this one, but I'm picking Kansas City because I think that they have the advantage there. So give me Kansas City -2.5. My number 3 pick of the week, I'm taking the Seahawks -1 versus the Rams. They're going to LA, but even though Stafford is coming back for this game, I think the Seahawks have to find a way to rely on the run game to be productive, and I pick them in basically a pick 'em matchup there. So give me the Seahawks -1. My number 2 matchup of the week, I am taking whoops, wrong one there. Let's try that again. The number 2 pick of the week is the Lions -7.5 at the Bears. My things got out of order here. There we go. The Lions -7.5 at the Bears. I like the Lions offense. I think they're going to be productive here, really putting their stamp on the NFC, saying, hey, we are legit. We are going to be that team to establish themselves as legitimate number 1 seed contenders in the NFC and putting them on notice. So even against a divisional opponent here, I like Detroit -7.5. And that brings us to my big bet of the week, another team I have been making money on and been very high on, the Minnesota Vikings at the Broncos. Minnesota's getting 2.5 points. Josh Dobbs is legit, ladies and gentlemen. Minnesota can run the ball, which is Denver's weakness. They can also sprinkle in the pass. We don't know if Jefferson's going to be back for this game. I still like Minnesota's production over the Broncos' production. They're both defenses are vulnerable, but I think Minnesota holds. So give me the Vikings +2.5 as my big bet of the week. So just to recap quickly for you, my number 6 bet of the week is Green Bay +3 at the Chargers, or at home versus the Chargers. My number 5 bet is the Texans -4.5 at home versus the Cardinals. My number 4 bet of the week is the Chiefs -2.5 versus the Eagles. My number 3 bet of the week is the Seahawks -1 at the Rams. My number 2 bet of the week is the Lions -7.5 playing at home versus the Bears. And my number 1 big bet of the week, it's the Vikings +2.5 at the Broncos. I think this is the week we could do it, folks. We're going to go 6-0. Let's make some money. I really like the parlays this week, especially those top 3 or 4 mix and match with this pick 6. I think that's where a lot of my betting money is going to be this weekend because I think I'm going to compound a couple of those wins, and that's what we're trying to do here. Remember, always bet within your means. You can catch Eric and I on Tuesday to recap the week's matchups, and then on Thursday for our predictions of the next week. And as always, thanks for kicking it with us.